your boy Anton, aka Dr. Mix-a-Lot. And today I'm here to talk about another mobile bartending myth, which is that I won't make as much money operating as a freelance bartender. Now, in my experience, that actually depends because the thing with freelance bartending, at least in which the way I operate, again, I made the jump from being a full-time retail bartender, doing retail and catering, to just freelance as a side job once I got my full-time career in science. That's completely separate from that. So with that said, in one sense, I absolutely positively make way more money per hour on an average event than I did at my retail bartending place. Now, the place that I worked at made getting paid a bit difficult. So your experience may be different where you work at a huge nightclub or something, making $1,000 a night, probably working your ass off. But with that said, that profit potential is there for you, and that's great. But even so, again, those places are kind of pretty rare to get a position like that. And if you are working like that, and you may not even have enough time or inclination to want to do freelance bartending, but still, per hour, I absolutely can say that I've made way more money per hour than I ever have in any other retail or catering experience, bar none. For example, I did a party last Saturday, in fact, which I actually made about $545 for 7 hours work, including the trip up there, setting up, working the party, cleaning up, and coming back. In 7 hours of work, that breaks down to $77 an hour, which is way more than my full-time job, which actually doesn't pay that badly at all. So that's the profit potential you can have. There's other times where I've only made $30 an hour, which is not too bad either. And that's actually a flat fee or a flat rate in which I make sure that my bartenders, at least for their time and show up, get paid at least $30 an hour. And even for events 2 hours or less, I make sure they make at least $120 just for showing up. So with that said, trust me, there have been plenty of times where I showed up for a full job for hours, especially as a caterer, where I didn't make nearly $120, especially after taxes. And actually, that's another great segue into why it's good to have a freelance bartending business, but operating as an LLC or some sort of corporation, because you get pretty big tax benefits on that. And even if you start your bartending business at a loss, which I did for at least the first 2 years, just because I didn't have enough time to work on my events and I was figuring out getting things started, that was actually beneficial for me because I run my business as an LLC. I was actually able to take all my expenses off the top as tax breaks. So even though I had a loss, that actually flowed into my personal taxes as a refund. So even if you get into this business at a loss, which if you do it the way I showed you, you pretty much shouldn't, even though I know how to do it right now. You should still make a tax refund off of that if you do things the way I show you, even if you have a loss starting off. So with that said, considering what they take out of taxes, which you know what I'm talking about, what they take out of taxes for a regular retail bartending job or catering job, that alone is an advantage for me to run a freelance bartending business. But again, it can depend based on the type of customer you're able to command and how much you're able to charge them. But for private events, I'm pretty safe to venture that you can charge a premium for private events because of your knowledge base and some of the tools you're going to be bringing. And normally per hour, it probably will pay more than a retail bartender or catering job, unless you just have a really, really sweet job. And even then, they're probably working you to the bone. And I can't tell you how much fun and relaxation I've had at pretty much 90% of my parties as a freelancer. I would take a 5-hour freelance job that pays $250, then working my fingers to the nub for 7, 8 hours at a retail job for whatever hourly wage or tips I get any day of the week. Trust me, the stress level is way reduced. And really, I just really have fun at my party straight up. So again, just the peace of mind. Not everything is measured in money, though you do stand the very real chance of making more money as a freelancer. Just the effort and peace of mind that goes into being a freelancer and pretty much fun. Sometimes it doesn't feel like work. It's definitely an appeal to breaking out as a freelancer if you're second guessing yourself. So again, another benefit is you create this on your own time, your own schedule, you set your price, and you show up to the parties that only when you want to work at. Whereas opposed to, I might have to show up with this double shift somewhere that I'm not really feeling tonight, but I have to make some money. So I hope you can take all that in consideration and just make sure, even if you have any reservations about freelancing, just get started. Try 1 to 5 events and see how it fits you. And if not, you can go back to whatever you were doing. But I promise, once you feel that magic of working your own event where the customers are way easier, way cooler, way more laid back, I'm telling you, you're not going to want to go back, even if you work both jobs. And the freelance thing is a side hustle, which I do perfectly fine. You're definitely going to want to break into this business one way or another. So with all that said, make sure if you like what you saw, you click the like or subscribe button. This is Dr. Mixlot signing off. As always, happy mixing and cheers on beautiful service.